you, and you thought we was going away. Nah, it's Speak Out.
But let me just reverse a bit and say good morning to the listeners of Vibes. Welcome to the program.
If I stay within my setting as a public officer, as the public relations officer, and I stay just within the office space and do not go out to the public, how will we understand what is happening on the ground?
Still delivering.
We've done a lot, not just in terms of the general infrastructure, but homes, support to farmers, support to fishermen, etc. And as time goes by, more support will be given to Carriacou and Petit Matney.
It's Speak Out Unfiltered. Built back, even better to last.
Let us all strive to build a better country by putting aside our petty grievances and move forward with dignity, being proud of working hard and working together.
Anything that we're doing now, it's futuristic thinking. It's not for the now.
Education is the key in a country's development. That's it. If its people are not developed,
Even don't go that far, no? Just remember, knowledge is power. When you know, you know.
that's it.
It's Speak Out Unfiltered.
We're happy to have you.
On Vibes 101.3 and 106.3 FM every Thursday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Do you feel the vibes? Going.
The views expressed on this program are those of the host and guests and not the views of this radio station.
Just want to welcome all to Speak Out Unfiltered for today, Thursday, the 11th day of September. Good morning. Petit Matney, good morning. Carriacou, good morning. Grenada, good morning as well. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, good morning to you. How are you doing this morning? And those of you locking it down on the internet, good morning as well. Facebook, good morning. YouTube, good morning. Wherever you are in your comfort zone, good morning to you. Welcome to the program, as we always do on a Thursday morning from 10 a.m. And to remind you, the program is interactive. You can always call us to share your views, your concerns, your opinions. Whatever the case might be, we give it a platform for you to do so. And our telephone numbers to do so, 443-0101, 443-0101, and 403-0101, 403-0101, and 458-1914, 458-1914. All the lines will be open to you once you give it a okay to do so. A lot of things on for discussion. There's a lot of talk in the air. There's a lot of things happening in the air. But as we move over, let me say good morning to you, Coy. Good morning, Milton Coy. I got it right this morning.
You got it right this morning.
I got it right this morning. Yeah. How you doing?
No, I'm there. I'm just looking at situations, following what's happening here, there, and everywhere, and just trying to walk in line, because these days you have to walk in line. You can.
It's so unpredictable.
Yeah,
you just mentioned walking in line. We have to walk in line. Huh?
Yeah, I mean,
because if we're not in line, we go.
Sometimes we may argue and kick up and get on and say, well, we ain't doing this and we ain't doing that. But the reality of today, real time, real life, is that we have to follow in line, because if we don't, we just doing harm to ourselves. We want to progress, but we're not doing what we need to progress as a people and as individuals. So we have to walk in line. I mean, when I say walk in line, I mean just follow blindly. But I'm just saying understand the times in which we live. Yes, and function accordingly. But yes,
but he's just speaking about that, speaking about going in line and everything like that, But not only in line, we're not here right in Carriacou, it's a worldwide thing. Taking place. Look at what's happening in the US.
Today is 9/11.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, this morning I asked the question, and as I spoke about it, I remembered my own self when 9/11 where I was. I was in Boca, St. George's, visiting some friends, and I stood there and I wondered whether that was real or not. So that experience left something in me. I mean, come on. And now of course, many years later. So
24 years later.
yeah, I mean, so you have to walk in line. I'm just saying you have to try to understand what is happening and how we can navigate ourselves to, be part of the whole process of solutions.
But speaking about where you were, and I remember back 9/11, I was back in New York, Brooklyn, and we were on the job, we were having coffee, and we were in the cafeteria there, and the television was on, but I wasn't paying much attention to it anyway, But one of my co-workers, said to me, he said, Chief, I just saw a plane go through the tower, the twin tower.
Yeah.
So you mean, he said, yes. Plane just went through there. I say, you mean a plane went through there,
Yeah.
And I just continue to start talking. So now we turn our focus to the to the TV now, to see what's taking place. And before you know it, like minutes later, I saw a plane went through the second door.
Yeah.
I say, what?
No, that was the experience. I mean,
everybody was stunned. I remember we were all stunned, saying, "Wait, no, what's going on there?" A plane, you're trying to figure out what transpired, but it was real.
Yeah, it was real. It was real. So I'm saying, even though I may not have been there physically, but I could remember. Even when I speak now, I recall me being there and talking to some guys and say, "What, no man? This world we're going to end in a man." I mean, in those days you don't see those things happening. And so and I consider that understanding what's happening around you as falling in line. Understanding. No, we just can't go and talk thing and say thing, and we don't understand. Fall in line. Stay in class. Understand. and of course, I guess Speak Out Unfiltered is one of those means in which we can stay in line. Understand what is happening.
Yeah. Take heed of our surroundings and what transpires. And we have to be on the lookout as well, on guard to a certain extent, to make sure that we are able to cope with situations.
Yeah.
Because they just pop up on you just like 1, 2, 3.
Look at burial. Look at burial. We weren't fully 100% prepared for it, but we had to stay in line and follow and understand and see how we can recover. That's what I mean. We have to stay in line with what is happening and see how we can better our own selves and better our environment, better our families, better our islands. Yeah.
And speaking about recovery, recovery, every time I hear that word, it's sort of like ring on me, because the process of recovery, process of recovering back to normalcy. I mean, it's really a process, it's a real process.
No.
We sometimes underestimate, the nature of that, what we have to do, but we are in situations where we have no control over many, many things, and we have to just try our best to just cope with the situations and do the best we can. Fall in line again.
Fall in line.
Yeah.
Yes. We might want to change things. We might want to make things happen and do things in a particular way. But the message is fall in line and understand what is happening. As I said, falling in line doesn't mean that you have to give up everything that you think or you believe. But it mean that you have to understand the times in which we live. This is what is happening.
No, we in the month of September, and we're keeping our fingers crossed, closely, because I mean, last year, like now, we were like devastated to a certain extent. We were still not able to even come to realization what had transpired back in July, and now we're going through this year pretty nice, but there's still some real scary spots here and there, especially when we see in this hot temperatures, these hot days, we know that is like what the weather patterns enjoy to develop themselves into whatever they end up to be,
Yeah, I made a note about this weather. Of course, I shared the weather report as received from the Met Office, and I said, of course, heat waves are created. Heat waves are created when there are 2 or more days when the temperature is 32.0 or over 32 degrees Celsius. And I noted that yesterday was 31.0, today is 31.2. So it means then that we might be seeing them putting out a heat wave advisory. because for consecutive days, we've been seeing 32% degrees Celsius.
And we have not been getting any
No.
rain, not rain at all.
We're getting rain, but in the night. When we're sleeping.
Well,
Whatever. Yes, I know.
But I'm saying the significant amount of rain
Yes,
we normally
yes.
get, because I
To
mentioned it.
to calm things down.
Yeah, just
We did have to.
and like we have not officially planters yet.
Some have planted.
Well, some people are doing whatever they can, and
But
hoping-
the sad thing is that the plants are dying out.
yeah,
It's not catching this.
yeah.
The heat and the sun is just burning them out, and the roots not getting the sustenance it needs as far as moist and rain and so on and water.
And even though sometimes you try to give them water, the heat is so intense.
Yes, the heat.
It doesn't make them flourish as the normal cool condition that they sometimes enjoy.
I wonder.
Good.
I asked a couple of my friends, where I hang out and sing. I said, what? Is it that the sun is coming down closer, or the earth is moving up to the sun? Because you could feel the heat like you baking inside.
Yeah.
Like oven. So is it the sun is coming down lower, or the earth is moving up higher?
I would say the atmosphere, based on what I've been reading, is much thinner now. So just to hold back the rays of the sun, the heat from the sun, is not as good as it used to be in years gone by. So maybe that's one of the reasons that we're feeling the intense heat more than ever.
Yeah.
You never really know, but you sometimes get to listen to the geologists and some of the explanations that they give, to make you realize, well, what could be happening. But talking about what could be happening, what's happening here in Carriacou? What's happening here in Carriacou?
Apart from the heat.
Apart from the
well, I guess we are seeing things happening where people are trying, talking about seeing things happening, again, picking back on the burial experience. And when they had to, in cleaning up the place, they had to put the debris in the
plain fields.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And what we've seen happening now is that it is getting back to its normal, what it was before, because they are working towards getting it ready for sports. School sports will be taking place in a little while.
Mm-hmm.
And so what is happening in response to your question, that they are preparing, that they are cleaning up. And if you walk through Carriacou and you see the places where they had the debris, you will see it's cleaning up. It's been cleaned, and they promise that they're going to make it even better after, because there were concerns about why put the debris in those places. Well, of course, I don't think they had any other place to put it, because the debris was massive, it was a lot, So that is what is happening. They're preparing, cleaning up. They're cleaning up the place, so that they can have sports.
Come back to normal.
Yes, so that is happening.
Pause for the cause. Let me try to take a call there. Okay, the lines are open. 40301014581914. Caller, you on? Caller, good morning. Caller.
Hello.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning, Kim.
Good morning, and how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, not too bad.
I'm listening to your program again.
Well, thank you.
I'm the lady that came that got so excited when I came to your store.
Oh my gosh! Welcome. She was something else. So excited to come into the store, of course, and I get my hug, I get my photo, I get my
Yes, I listened to your program.
Right. That's
and
nice.
I did meet your friend Samo.
Yes, okay, she told me that you stopped by. Yeah, she mentioned to me that you stopped by on your way,
Yes.
And she was excited to.
I had to come back to Carriacou, but Kikam Genie wasn't showing his whole nice face, so I changed my mind.
Okay. But you got down safely anyway, right?
But at least I had to see Carriacou after 50 years. Oh my gosh, I was so impressed.
Yes, well,
in spite of burial, you all did a lot of work over there.
Yeah, we did.
I am so impressed. You won't believe.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. And we're still working. We have a lot more work to do, Plenty more work to do. So
Yeah.
hopefully.
And I met Tevin. Oh my God, I got so excited too. I was like a kid in a candy store.
Oh my God. That's nice to visit.
Anyway.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. So all the best and continue doing the good work, guys.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes. And say hello to Mr. Coy. I didn't get a chance to meet him.
Yeah, Coy is right there.
Yeah, I'm here, and thank you.
Yes. You know who I met too? I met 38, my old taxi driver
38.
who used to take us around from hostel.
Oh, boy. You covered a lot of tracks
I
there.
had to go look for him.
Right. Yes. Uh-huh. Oh, that's
Yes,
nice.
even though he can't see me, but
Yes.
at least he remembers Sister Frederick and the times around that time. So that was nice enough for me.
Okay, well, you touch bases. You did touch a lot of bases, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's nice.
Yeah, so
Okay.
keep my number. We'll stay in touch.
Okay,
Trust
take
me.
care. Okay, all the best, okay? And thank you so much
All
for
the
your call.
best. Bye.
Okay,
bye,
bye-bye.
Mr. Coy.
Bye. Take care, and thanks for
Bye.
connecting.
Mhm.
Yes,
Okay.
bye.
It's so nice, Coy, you know,
Yeah.
when people come back to home.
It's a good feeling, eh?
Yeah.
That is the niceness about it. It's a good feeling when you can reconnect, and
Mhm.
yeah,
It's very, very nice. And you see again, you know, people of the nature, you know, remember in Karakou.
50 years.
Yeah, 50, yeah.
After 50 years.
Yeah.
Of course.
You're right, that's true.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
50 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a young
Karakou
population.
nice.
You know?
Karakou nice. Vibes FM. Vibes FM. Caller, you next. Caller, come in.
Good morning, Brother Kim.
Yes, good morning.
Hey.
What's up?
I did. Good morning, Brother Carl.
Good morning, my brother.
I feel like all they want to suffer us, man. You don't know when we lose a program for the week or how people just feel, man. There is no other program could give you that kind of feeling.
Yes, okay.
The
Thank you.
acceptance of GT
Yeah,
and,
thank you.
Yeah.
you know,
Okay.
on GVN. But today is a good morning. We have a few things to talk about. I want to be quick too because you know I just come back.
Uh-huh.
You know that lady give me cold bombs who now called it? Kim, I'll tell you why. On the radio Monday, Tuesday, with the opposition leader. Well, you know the tune they just play by now, all you know the tune, right?
Yeah, I know. Uh-huh. Yeah.
About when GT asks about Kerikou, nothing going on in Kerikou. It's so slow. And if you see what they're doing with the field, up to now the field can't recover. Now when I hear Brother Cole talking this morning, I just then I shaking my head. You see these people feel people will buy that from them? What they selling? If the field recovering, just say the field recovering. If I want to vote for you, I vote for you. That will make people vote for them.
But they can't admit
If
it.
you hear the amount of lies that woman did on the program with them,
Ask her how much
she
she can.
get backing from a certain segment, a part of the program, by a whole. Well, I know how to call them again. I know how to call. Let me talk about that.
No, leave her alone. Yeah.
And let me tell you something, Kim. She balling about when NNP or NDC will stop talking about it being in power for only 3 years, and NNP being in power for 20-something years. When they will stop beating up on Kerikou and Kelvin, give them asking the question when NDC will stop talking about these 3 years and they've been in power. Well, my argument is when you will stop talking about Kelvin and Kerikou, you're talking about it since burial. You know, you don't see the catching about that water more than before.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean, Brother Kid?
Right, okay.
You know?
Yeah, I got you.
If you hear the amount of things this woman going on, you know, like she in a fish market and she raining. You understand? Because the other individual called too, like Delma Thomas, Gloria Thomas owing money. And she was glad for that question. And it's here going on, but anyhow, Kim, I have to come back.
Okay.
But let me alert you with something.
Okay, quickly. Yes. Yeah, do that quickly.
There's a thing going on, and don't encourage it on your program. There's a meeting took place on Monday between some of the media, I think it was about 3/4 of them, that have a complaint about individual or few individuals. One does call your station. Everything with NDC, you always criticizing and playing like here and going on. GT had to cut him off Wednesday. He does wait until opposition Wednesday, and anybody want thing on Wednesday, whether it's just an ordinary program, he all think give them trouble. And that alternate meeting, them men discovering that it's having a problem. Not much, GBN does only have 5 individuals what us call that every single day, and them does call 5 radio stations. But GBN have problems with the 5 of them. You know what GBN, when you call for about Orlando in Grenville, WIBS, Brian Williams, Brown Sugar, you know them station, Kim, right?
Yeah.
All of them saying they don't want, and Django River Road. They don't want no part of these kind of a program. No part. Because the same set of people will be calling, and the person bad word. And you know a lot of them think that bad word is just the F word or the mother word. Disrespecting people and saying they want people to follow them. Who will follow them? Okay. Look, I always tell them, you tell them. You see Mr. Brand Sylvester, you see you see Claudia, you see Prime, you see Francis Alexis, you understand Roger Ferguson, and the list goes on. Listen to them people and call them and Ali Gill. If you listen to program Monday night, Ali Gill like what test piece. When I call Ali Gill Tuesday, and I say, well, they didn't open the line to call for and say to do what? Them obstruction. Who want to hear them? Nobody wants. They don't realize they're not fucking good. Nobody. The motto is now, is cut off your radio when you hear them. They won't come, because they will be guilty. They will come on your station.
Okay.
I'm waiting to come back here.
All right. Okay. Well, you find this kind of thing. Thank you so much, Carla, for your contribution there. But you find a lot of crazy things happening sometimes. People ganging up, boy, to get some negative things out there, and they, and they think that they're doing good.
Well,
obviously
they would think that they're doing good. I could understand that because their agenda and their objective is to bash and to criticize negatively. Now, it doesn't mean that you cannot say anything to the contrary to what others are saying, but you have to, your intention, if you want to just bash because of some kind of underlying issue, not genuine, it's not acceptable. Because you cannot come here, approach the public with ulterior motives.
But that's the agenda anyway. That's what they have on the top of the list. And this is why they sometimes do things of the nature, and they feel like they're making some kind of headway. They feel like they're getting the attention, but it's just a couple of them that have been, that are doing that.
Well,
and whatever the reason is, it's not cutting well anyway, with the public, because people recognize voices very easy now, and you can't hide the voices and things like that. But anyway, let's leave that. 443-0101, the lines are open again. 443-0101, 458-1914, 458-1914, and you can also call 403-0101, 403-0101. If you want to call and make a contribution, you can do so at this time. Okay. Now, speaking about what's taking place, Coy, I mean, this is a topic I don't even really want to talk about, but still, sometimes you find yourself, a situation where you want to talk a little bit. But before I go there, let me just take some calls first, okay? Because we have all the lines opening up. Vibes FM, caller, welcome. Caller, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Caller, turn your radio, turn your the feedback.
To you, Kim, and Mr. Coy. I don't know if Mr. Coy will remember me or no, but I had a chat with him some years ago. Hello?
Yeah, good morning. Yes.
Okay.
I do remember.
Hello?
Yes, Go ahead.
Good. Now, I want to make a few points. For example, I don't think you were on last week, but the week before I talked about the job situation, and I really thought somebody will come back to me on this, but nobody seemed to take me on. Well, that's fine. Also, I want to, I don't know what you all feel about Keith Mitchell and this nonsense that is going on. And I really think this man is very sick and he should really see either a psychiatrist or some doctor to be opening his mouth in this nasty, negative way. And these people want to come back to run our country. Well, I don't think any sensible Grenadian going to fall for this nonsense. Keith Mitchell must really keep a check on himself and his mouth. He need to wash his mouth properly. No, he's too vulgar and nasty. And the whole world listening to this man in this nonsense. I also want to say to GT, when he's interviewing people like Emlyn Pierre, don't let them go on. And when the time comes for people to respond, you only have about 5 minutes. You could only take 2 or 3 calls. No, this is a nonsense. Give people the opportunity to question when they talk their nonsense. Don't just, give them 2 or 3 minutes to respond. No, GT, don't let them go on for that length of time, right? So this is my contribution, a very brief today. If I have to come back, I'll come back. So thank you for listening to me. And have a good day.
Well, thank you so much for your contribution as well, too.
Thank you.
Okay, before we move further, let me introduce. So Leo is in the house.
Is it an introduction you're doing? or what? I mean, I want to know because...
an announcement.
Acknowledgement.
He has returned. That is the announcement.
And you see my colleague here rubbing it in by cleaning the chair,
I don't know. I mean, come on. No, he's back. He's back.
Boy, yes. Nice to be back.
We miss you,
Well, good to know.
My actions demonstrates and speaks towards that. We missed you.
But I tell you, since I arrived, I feel like an undertaker,
How come?
Because if I landed here at 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock I was in a wake, 12 o'clock in a funeral. Last night, wake again to the funeral.
Very good.
I'm competing with Lacqua.
Well, it's good that you could handle it. Okay?
Yes, thank you.
Before you say anything further, because I don't want to leave our callers on, because we got a little short program again today.
Oh.
Yeah, circumstances beyond my control. I have so many people working on my compound,
Wow.
But they build back better, But
yeah.
But we're doing fine. Vibes FM, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Mills. Greetings. How are you?
Okay, morning. Hey, yes.
Mr. Coy and Mr. Joseph.
Good morning, citizen. Good morning.
It is evident that we're moving into a stage in Grenada where the voices of certain people will be truncated from the airwaves of the country. This is a dangerous stage. I want to warn Grenadians that Section 10 of that said Imperial Order in Council of the Queen's Most Excellent Majesty, lovingly called the Constitution of Grenada, makes provisions for freedom to develop and disseminate your ideas without interruption. It's the right of the people who want to talk. Mr. Mills, I ask you this, sir, because I know there is a conspiracy even before the meeting was held. I knew about it. They believe are not in line with things. Mr. Mills, people may not understand what vulgarity is. I beg your indulgences.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
If you look into a proper English dictionary, wherever you see a word followed by an isosceles triangle and an exclamation mark, have you ever seen it, Mr. Coiter?
Yes, I saw it.
That tells you, and you see the word there, taboo, T-A-B-O-O.
Yeah.
We are an English colony, and we studied English. And the laws against obscenity, obscene and vulgar language are developed based on the entries of the English dictionary. These words are the words that we cannot and should not use publicly. And if we do, the law intervenes. Mr. Mills, I ask you, do I ever use any taboo, vulgar, obscene words on your radio station?
Not to my recollection.
Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Mills, again, the law makes provisions for the people who are defamed, libeled, and scandalized, and there's another word. Defamed, yes, libelous. Have I ever defamed, libeled, or slandered anybody, any individual on your radio station, sir?
I don't recall.
Very well, thank you very much, sir. You see, Mr. Mills, they're trying to truncate my voice because I've challenged them, and I have good reason to challenge them, and it's that they're ashamed of themselves to come and talk to the people about the mischief they made. I hope you catch the direction I'm going, Mr. Mills, and therefore I'm asking you one more opportunity. Give me an opportunity on your radio station. You don't have television screen in your system, no? They can post what you would call a screenshot of aspects of the Constitution, no?
No, we don't do
No, you can't.
No.
You don't. No. Yes. So they want to silence me. They had a big meeting, including all the radio stations. No, they ain't them. I use certain words, they're cutting off. But I'm not being vulgar. I am saying to them, if I use obscenity, send the police. Really?
Okay.
I don't disobey the laws. I have very scant regard for the Constitution of Grenada, which is an imperial law and comes of the Queen. Most excellent Majesty, I don't read, but I do not breach the laws because the Constitution, as it is, it can take me to court and jail me. I don't breach the laws. But why is it you don't want to? Finally, I'll say, I challenge all those hyper-academic pseudo-intellectual charlatans that are trying to truncate my right to speech and freedom of expression in this country to come out and debate. It is written. Academics defend the theses by critical debate and full defense and faith in their facts. I have made certain observations about the evil hoax they played on the people of Grenada with those two laws that they passed recently. And I'm challenging them with citations, quotations, reference, bibliographical reference from the said Constitution to demonstrate that what they did was false. And they openly, blatantly, stupidly, and corruptedly breached the Constitution. And that's what they're afraid. Why should you be afraid? I'm challenging them to take me on and make me look ridiculous publicly. Make me look shame. Embarrass me publicly. Bring your facts as opposed to what the Constitution says. I hope they get my drift, but they can't stop me because I wouldn't stop either. So I'll say no more on the matter. For those who feel they can, who you call that, censor me, in other words, reducing my capacity to say what to censure me, to lock me out, or to cancel me with their cancel culture. Bah humbug. Never, ever in this here country of Grenada as long as I am alive. I'll say no more for now. Mr. Mills, you have a nice day.
Okay, well, take care. Okay, all the best. Yeah. And thank you for your contribution again there. 403-0101, 403-0101, 443-0101, and 458-1914, 458-1914. So, Leo, I'm getting back to you because you have been out there. You have been following some of the dialogue that's been taking place. You listen to what happened in Grenada lately?
Yes, but
hold on. Let's stick up in for just 1 second there. Let me take a quick call. Vibes FM caller you on. Caller.
Yeah, Tim.
Yes, go ahead, yeah.
Rolo needs to be horse to weapon his tongue, man.
All right, thank you. Next caller, next landline caller, not line cell caller. Cell caller.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning, yes.
Good morning to all my uncles, everybody in the house this morning.
But I must tell you, that I've been following the progress and still you reach home, no?
I hear you kind of low.
Yeah, I said I've been monitoring the progress and soon as you reach home, no.
Oh, Lord.
You got me?
I know I hear you very low.
Oh,
maybe
I just want to say good morning to all my uncles in the house. You want to work hard to get that title, you know? That is not an easy ride. You know?
Yes, I know. I coming from you. I thank you so much. And
but all you girl coming on by the grace of God, I'm not fully there, but thank God for, all mercies.
one day at a time, sweet Jesus, you'll be there in full.
I was listening, I was scrolling my phone this morning and I think Facebook. And I see a young man explaining what happened to the young, I think, Neil and Franklin guy.
Yeah.
And oh my God, just imagine, he touched me because my last son, he was 27 years and the 4th of September. And imagine that young man, mother, looking on social media and she listening what should be in a vehicle. They found it in his son's system. And as a result of that, all the organ shut down. Oh my God. It's not an easy piece to breathe, It's very, very hard. So I don't know what they could do, especially on social media, to remember the mother, the sister, remember the family. They may touching social media and they seeing this thing. I imagine how these family of this young man feeling. It's not easy. I don't know how some of us could sleep in our bed to know that some substance should be in some vehicle. You put it in a human being system, and a result of that, the person dies. Lord have mercy on us. And the next point I want to talk about, we see in our young children, school children, wife walking the street with the breast outside, and you see now the tattoo. Husband can tell the wife not to walk like that. Mothers, fathers hardly could tell the children not to walk the street like that. And I remember the Minister of the Minister of Agriculture come one. He was on some program, and the man mentioned that since he going to school, that's the way he liked to wear his tie, one piece down and one piece on his shoulder. I wonder if we have something else better to talk about than to waste our strength and energy. Want to tell the minister how to wear his tie right now. The man go to primary school, he go to secondary school, he go to college. That's the way he wears his tie. But no, we want to tell him wear his tie properly. Leave the man alone. No, he feel happy wearing his tie like that from since he's a young man growing up. He's a big man now. Why we have to do this thing? Sometimes when I listen to comment people making and they can't change it, it does affect me so bad. I wish they could make comments that you could change certain things in this country. So have a good morning, Uncle Leo.
Thank you, my dear.
Uncles, everybody.
Yes.
Have a good day. And you all girl coming on.
Good.
By the grace of God. Everything going to be all right.
Yes. Yes. Just remember one day at a time and take as much rest.
One day at a time.
Yeah.
Things don't come fast, but it does take time to go here.
Yes. So true. So
not
true.
take that body for granted.
Miss Glenda, Miss Glenda, good morning. Hello. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I did.
I want to just draw to your attention that there are several people on the chat who are saying, "Hi, Miss Glenda, nice to hear your voice."
Hi to everybody.
People are really connected.
All right.
So all the best.
All the best.
Yes.
All the best to you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, darling. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Isn't it nice to hear from her?
Yes.
It's always a pleasure.
I was thinking on my way in this morning. I said I had to give her a shout out, but she shut me out.
That's good, yeah.
Yes.
But I was asking you earlier on, Sadio, before we take this phone calls, that you've been listening and hearing what's happening on the airwaves and here and there. What's some of the things that you are, you're listening that you want to make mention of? I expect some calls coming, so I'm gonna have to go to. But anyway.
Well, I think there have been several hot items, and the hottest of the hot would have been what came from a former prime minister. So I attribute that, I said, desperation creates strange conversation, you know.
That's true.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So when you're desperate sometimes, and especially when you have nothing to say, then you end up talking nonsense. What right does Tevin's Kokosh have
in the jump up?
In the jump up.
You know?
So what do
is the range? Huh? No, you guys we sometimes make comments, we just let it slide just like that, But you realize that something is really, really wrong. Something is wrong. I don't think the brain.
No.
I don't think the brain functioning properly.
No. Kim, you have to understand that the labor task is nearing over. So at this point in time, my boy is throwing what we refer to American football as a Hail Mary.
Yeah.
And in cricket, you just close in your hand, whoop.
And whoop.
Either 6 runs or out. Because I don't understand what else could be the reason for that kind of conversation.
Yeah.
But didn't he get on with that practice during the election campaign?
Yeah, but you see what happened to him. That's some people are saying to me, that's normal for him. Normal behavior. In other words, he's doing.
Yeah, well, he's done it before.
Just his mouth loose. But some of the words and some of the phrases that he's using, I personally don't even feel comfortable speaking about them.
No, but you must realize that type of conversation is red meat for his base,
Yeah.
You see, as anytime Trump want more votes, he just mentioned the word immigrants.
Yeah, he said, and they're eating cats and eating dogs.
Yes. And they're killing people and doing something. And if I happy base, he get a few extra votes.
Yeah.
So when my boy need a few extra votes, or he wants to remain relevant, which I think he's already lost, then he end up
some
with
ridiculous comment.
This vulgarity. And as my Latin serves me right, vulgus vulgidi, common people, you won't stop.
But it's embarrassing, very embarrassing. When I get calls, from people out in the diaspora, and they ask me what's really going on in Grenada, the Grenada, the Carriacou you speak about so much, That's the behavior of a former prime minister. Getting on a platform and making those kind of statements. Really, it's embarrassing. Very, very embarrassing.
Well, I tell you, at this point, Diablo don't give a hoot, because he's never going to be prime minister again. So from here moving forward, you just have to live on the memories of the past and change whatever you had to endure as a prime minister, your decency and all those, and just, as I say, whoop.
But that's a big whoop, boy.
Yeah.
Just the
whoop. But I think in this way of whooping, sometimes when you want to whoop, you always think that you will hit it for 6. Yes, that is your intention, because you want to hit it so hard. They call it whoop. Yeah. Sometimes you close your eyes and whoop. Yeah.
But the bowler's intention might be your 3 stumps will fall. So you can whoop if you want.
Yes, I'm saying he's whooping now.
Yeah.
But the point is that it's not a matter of eating 6 now. It's clean bowl. They call it. Clean bowl.
Vibes FM, line 9 caller, come in.
Good morning, Kim and Mr. Leo and Mr. Coy.
Yes, good morning, my dear. Good morning.
Good morning, Diana. Is actually a public relations officer, Ministry of Carriacou Diplomatic Affairs and local government.
Yes.
As usual, it is important for us to keep the public updated and informed as to what is happening within the Ministry of Carriacou Diplomatic Affairs and local government. So we know that the Materials Assistance Program has been under review and still is under review by the Ministry of Carriacou Diplomatic Affairs and local government. However, we have a bit of positive news in terms of the persons that had prior approval before the program went under review are now free to go to Paddy's Enterprises to get the materials that they were approved for. However, it must be noted that persons who have benefited from the Build Back Better initiative, a Build Back Better home, or they have completed their reconstruction of their homes, will not be able to get the materials as it was done previously. So persons who have still to do their reconstruction and they were approved before the program went on under review, they are now free to go to Paddy's Enterprises to access their materials. So the government material assistance, while it is under review, persons who had their approval before can now continue with their reconstruction. So that is a bit of positive news for Carriacou and PT Martinique. We'd also like to highlight that the Build Back Better initiative is continuing. We now have 22 Build Back Better homes under construction in Carriacou. We have completed 34. So we would like to say thank you to the contractors and the workers who continue to work with us under the Build Back Better initiative. And these 22 homes are spread right across Carriacou. We still have one under construction in PT Martinique, and we hope to address the situation in PT Martinique very, very soon, that more work can continue on PT Martinique. Another thing that we would like to highlight is that we know the Windward Jetty project has been a talking point for a while. We have some positive news in terms of, we are happy to say that that project will get started in a couple of weeks. We have the word from within our ministry and from the contractor that things are moving, and we know that some of the materials are already on island. So the connectivity to PT Martinique and Carriacou, to and from PT Martinique to Carriacou, will be improved in the not too distant future. Also under agriculture, we've had a major initiative started at the Belen Nursery with support from the Ministry of Agriculture, Grenada, where we have the establishment of a coconut nursery. Mr. Troy Augustine, who is our senior agricultural officer responsible for pest management, and our own Kingsley Thomas, who is the senior extension officer within the Ministry of Agriculture, came to Carriacou to establish that nursery. We know coconut trees got damaged during Hurricane Beryl. So they've planted out they've put to hatch 940 seedlings for that coconut project. And we would like to ask our farmers to get on board with that project. They will be coming back to Carriacou in October to do a training session and to help with the establishment of the plots. They're hoping that over 25 acres of coconut trees can be done in Carriacou and PT Martinique. Also, we know that we have been experiencing below average rainfall this season. And based on that, the Ministry of Carriacou and PT Martinique Affairs, through the Division of Agriculture, has procured a hydroponic system. And I'm happy to report that that system is now in Carriacou. Training will be done for interested farmers. So if they want to establish a hydroponic system on their farm, the Division of Agriculture will be providing training together with the suppliers from Trinidad. And also we've seen the establishment of shade houses at the Belen Nursery. So a variety of plants will soon be available for farmers in Carriacou and PT Martinique so that our agriculture sector can rebound post-Hurricane Beryl. So that those are what's happening in agriculture. In terms of youth, we've seen our youth main focus being on skills training. We've had 2 sets of training under the STCW. And what is STCW? That is the Standards of Training, Certification, and Watching for CCRs. So we've had our own Captain George Alexis and Mr. Russell David, who has roots in Carriacou, coming over to do training with over 80 young people, mainly young men. We've had 1 young woman participated in that training as well. So persons, as you know, Carriacou and PT Martinique is a seafaring community. So the youth department is highly focused on skills training. And upcoming is the parenting workshop. And we're hoping that persons on Carriacou and PT Martinique can register for that parenting workshop that will get started at the end of September, leading into October. So persons who are interested in participating in the Division of Youth, together with the Ministry of Social Development parenting workshop, can call the ministry, the Division of Youth, on 443-6026 and register. Or they can visit the ministry page and get the link for the registration.
Okay.
In terms of sports, so that's in terms of youth development, we move now to sports. I'm happy to report the restoration of our playing fields has begun. We've seen in Hillsborough the construction of the top wicket, which means that we're on to something positive. Cricket can soon be played again at the Hillsborough Recreation Grounds. So the Division of Sports, led by Imran George and the facilities manager, Mr. Devon Williams, and their team are hard at work to restore our playing fields. And this morning, they've started the marking of the field at the Lauriston Mini Stadium to mark the start of the athletic season for Carriacou and P.T. Martinique. As you know, Grenada will be hosting Carishta. So the sporting season, the athletic sporting season will start a bit earlier. We know that the stadium, the terms of the pavilion, we still have to tackle the roofing and other issues, but the grounds can be utilized for sporting activities, and we've seen the schools using it during the last athletic season. So the stadium, the marking has started for the athletic season. In Hillsborough, the construction of the turf wicket. And as you know, Hurricane Beryl did have an impact on our mental health in Carriacou and P.T. Martinique. And to give our people some psychosocial support, the Division of Social Development is continuing its counseling sessions. They have a number of partnerships that they're doing with the United Nations as well. So persons can check the ministry page to see when they have the different training sessions, especially for women and girls. So, and over in Limle, we've had this solar panel project that is fully supported and funded by the United Arab Emirates. And what we've seen over the last few weeks is the removal of the damaged solar panels. And we've had a number of the panels that are good. So the Ministry of Climate Resilience, the Environment and Renewable Energy will give the cue as to what will happen with the good solar panels. So we had a team from Trinidad and Tobago that is responsible for the cleaning up of the solar field in Limle. And it must be noted that it's fully funded and supported by the United Arab Emirates. The ministries are just giving support in terms of ensuring that the personnel are there to give the proper supervision, etc. So before I close, we also had the arrival of the containerized clinic at the Bellevue South side that is supported and funded by the United States Southern Command. That project is almost wrapping up, so we can see laboratory services become available in Carriacou. In terms of healthcare, again, work is almost completed on the Mount Pleasant Clinic. All other clinics are opened. We've seen a major investment. It's a donation that came from overseas in terms of a brand new X-ray top-of-the-line modern machine for Carriacou that has since been installed. The folks came over and installed it at the hospital. So very, very soon, persons can access those services. Training will be done, so our staff will be properly prepared to give the services. In terms of public works, we know that work continues on the Bel Road project. We continue to ask for people to be patient. It's been a while, but you have to understand that sometimes projects do take some time to get off the ground and to get going. The electrical inspector at this time, I want to say, hats off to Miss Alberta Harvey. She's been doing an exceptional job to help us with electricity restoration. And she's going over to P.T. Martinique tomorrow, please God. So for the folks in P.T. Martinique, you want to ensure that next week, Wednesday, she's going to P.T. Martinique. So we would like for you to have all your forms and your inspection fees paid, so that and to drop it in at the ministry's office through Mr. Miller, so Miss Harvey can come and do the inspection. And the reason why I want to single out Miss Harvey, she's the lone electrical inspector on Carriacou, and she has been playing a major role, because if she does not do the inspection, Grenada cannot connect us. And sometimes we fail to recognize our public officers. So today, I would like to publicly commend Ms. Harvey for the job she has been doing. And I would also like to also say thank you to all the organizations and individuals and groups that have been coming to Carriacou and P.T. Martinique to give us support as we rebuild. Much work has been taking place, but there is much, much more to be done. And as I always like to say, we need each one of you to come on board with the Ministry of Carriacou and P.T. Martinique Affairs and local government to rebuild Carriacou and P.T. Martinique. You have an opinion, you have a suggestion, just call us on 443-6026.
Oh, let me ask you one question before you go quickly. Is it possible you could give us an update or some information on the happy homes? You know, I've been asking, been questioned about that. Any information you could give us on that?
In terms of happy home, Mr. Dolan is responsible for that project.
Yeah.
And I did reach out to him to get an update. And as soon as I have information as to what is happening with those homes at Dumfries, we will inform the public. But rest assured, the government is aware, the ministry is aware, and we will work to get the homes completed and that persons can have access to them in short order.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for giving us the information this morning. We really appreciate it, okay? And feel free.
And thank you so much for always giving me that opportunity to keep the public abreast. Any person want to reach out to me, they can do so at the ministry, or they can call my cell phone. It's 457-1308. Your help and support is still needed to rebuild Carriacou and PT Martinique.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Okay. Bye.
Thank you to Kim, and bye, Mr. Joseph and Mr. Coy.
Oh, thank you. Goodbye.
Let me take another call who's been sitting waiting there from the beginning, you know. And caller, thank you for waiting. Caller, you next.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Yes.
Last week we didn't have the program.
No, that's correct. Yep.
And of course I was hungry. I thought I'd bring it Friday morning.
Yeah.
Because there was a void.
Yeah. There was.
Once that program off, there is a void.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But anyway, I think we all know why. So we won't punish you for that.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Concerning Dr. Mitchell. Dr. Mitchell is bringing out what was hidden in time past. And one may ask, an educated man, one who you think will have common sense, one that was the leader of the country for 23 and a half years, now uttering that sort of behavior, something is wrong somewhere. But I'm happy that he's exposing exactly who he is. And I hope people must start looking at it. This is the real Dr. Mitchell. But what was ironic is the people in the hall that was laughing. If I sit in that vicinity and hearing such utterance from Dr. Mitchell, I will get up and not just walk out, go home. I'll be fully embarrassed. That is our ex-prime minister. Then we could expect him saying even worse than that in parliament sittings to come. Is one that you can't take chances with. I'm wondering how the leader of the opposition, who is the leader of the NNP, is taking that. And not only she. Now look at the senior heads there. Paris Modest and them. Come on. Are you taking that so? Now, what interest you have in Kevin private parts? Is it stronger than yours? Is it fertilizing what yours didn't fertilize? Is that so? So you've been embarrassed and you're vexed with the man. That's why you're bringing it up. But you having people looking at you as one that have no sense, one that expect to be back in government again. The entire NNP party don't good. None of them cannot correct him because he is the boss. The party don't good and not fit for government. New York. I could remember about 5 days after 911. I was privy to look at a DVD on 911. And one of the things that strikes me there was a BBC reporter on the street of New York that day when the incident happened. When the first explosion, he lifted his camera to the air and picked up the second aircraft going in. Then, all of a sudden, the explosion started and the building started to crumble from the bottom. And there were those who said that the fuel from the aircraft could go down to the floors and cause that. But that's a blatant lie. How we see the building went down, that's how America bring down high rise. Pieces of walls not flying here, there, and everywhere. It winding down. And all you'll be seeing is dust. the CIA in that DVD I watched concerning conspiracy theory. Okay, whenever they want to do something or go in some other country to do whatever, they always create a scenario to go there. They find it is time to go after Bin Laden. You need world support, so you have to get that to go in Afghanistan, and that is what have been done.
Okay.
Here are the gimmicks. When you look at the military headquarters, I call the Pentagon.
Yeah.
As the narrator was showing, that size of aircraft and that little hole that is in the wall, how the plane could pass in there. There's a lot of unanswered question until today about 911. People really believe what the American had announced. But I remember hearing George Bush, when the security informed him in the school in Florida that morning, he said he already known. And my thing was so quick. The information was sent to the people who have to bring it to you. You is telling the guy you already know. I saw this thing as something set up by the United States. It's just like when they wanted to go in Iraq, they come up with a scenario. Now they want to punish Grenada because they host the African leaders here.
Yeah.
So they're not taking action any way they could. That is America. I don't trust them. I don't trust them from here to heaven, neither to hell. America is a wicked, the governments, they kill a lot of young leaders who rise up in Africa, okay, them and Europe, who wants to take back the country so that they could have the resources to build themselves. How you could tell me the richest continent on earth have the poorest set of people, and the poorest continent on earth, which is Europe, is so developed? Why? Because they keep drenching the riches of Africa to build up the country. So whenever a young leader rise up now in the defense of the wealth in Africa, they're passing them out. And people must look at that closely. I heard from a narrator recently, they mentioned Mars Bishop. Mars Bishop, that issue was not just a division in the PRG. They were paid to bring down the revolution. And the one they had as the leader thought they would have allowed him to lead. But it was the entire revolution the Americans wanted to get rid of. You see, now they want to get rid of Chavez. That's what they're saying. Chavez is a drug dealer, exporting drugs to the United States. Who's going to believe that? Not me. That's what the president wanted him to believe, not me. How all along he was not doing that? They get rid of Chavez, now they want Maduro. Because Maduro doesn't toe the line. That is America. And any country who not towing the line, they're going to come after them. But it's time that Africa, I'm saying that as a Grenadian, a descendant of Africa, it's time that the young people in Africa rise up against the puppet governments in Africa who getting rich of the West to take their resources and keep dirty people. Have a good day, sir.
All right, thank you so much for your contribution there. 403-0101, 403-0101, 443-0101, and 458-1914. 458-1914. The question was asked, how come, the rest of the opposition sat there quietly and let Diablo just run him out and do and say whatever you want to say? And what they don't realize is that the party belongs to the man. The man is everything. They can't control him. And they're saying the opposition leader sit down on the side. Who is the opposition leader? I mean, there might be a name attached to a leader, but who is the leader? Ask yourself the question. Who is the real leader?
The last opposition leader that we know about, not the one that was put in place, but the last one we know was Keith Mitchell. Yeah, right. He was.
Okay.
And he gave it up.
He gave it up?
Yeah.
When?
when
on paper.
No, not on paper.
On paper?
Well, it had to be done in Parliament too. I mean, sworn in. The new one has to be sworn in.
On paper. Colored paper still. Going through the motions.
Yeah.
But the real leader.
So right now we have a real one and an unreal one.
Always. Not.
That is not new news. Vibes FM.
That's trending.
That's trending.
No. But still, I mean, like Carlo was even saying, Dave, some of the statements that have been made by Diablo, yeah, it's so ridiculous and so embarrassing that I just wonder how the rest of them feel that they cannot respond publicly to let people know that they are,
in a position to it.
Yeah,
they're not in support of what he's saying. But they can't stop him. They can't stop him because, as far as he's concerned, that's his style of politics. Say things that people would get back at him. Same as Leo, same as your partner up there. Same thing. Same thing.
Sorry. To create attention.
Yeah.
Really,
yeah. Like they eating dogs and eating cats.
And the rapists and the and incidentally, you see what happened recently? I forgot the guy's name. I think his last name is Kirk.
Yeah.
Oh yes, you were shot.
Yes.
Yes.
I think it's so gruesome to look at, but I had to say to myself, people as this guy who's advocating all this foolishness that they have going on, including the carrying of AR-15s among civilians, weapons that was designed for the battlefield. Yeah. Well, I say that better be him to be the recipient of a bullet than the innocent kids in school. When some guy walking in a school when they are 15, just gunned down innocent children. Last, I think one, the one is in church, children praying. They lost their life.
Yeah. And went through the window.
Yeah, and it is guns. Oh, wow. But the whole fact of the matter is that at this place they're going, civil war is imminent, and so they'll hold on to the Second Amendment because they want it to be carrying when the war break out. Well, I don't understand.
Anyway, let me try to see if I could get to another call there. No, before I do that, let me say a quick hi to. This one has been waiting there for quite a while, so let me just take it first. Vibes FM, caller live, caller come in.
Good morning, Mr. Coy.
Yes, good morning. Yes, go ahead. Yeah.
Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Kim, and morning, Uncle Leo.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Brother Coy, the remote control and TV, which one more important? Who's the head?
The remote is the one that tells the computer what to do, when to come on, and when to dim, and so on. So I think the remote control is very, very important. Mostly important.
So what's the argument then?
No,
what's the argument?
Is it an argument really? I don't really require an argument in that. It's just that that's just who he is. Even though the remote control say off, and the TV want to go off, it was there on, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna go on this talk with you.
Please do.
The police coming to question now. They're outside the door now.
Police coming to question me?
Yeah.
Well, about what, I may ask?
I hear you use a word there, oh
God. Which one?
I cry.
But the word that you use is a word that we all grew up knowing.
Oh.
Yes, you say kokosh?
Yes, kokosh. Oh, yes. See, because I didn't want to expose the younger ones. So I was speaking to the adults.
What did the man say?
No, he said private parts. but the thing about it, you know, like I'm saying, you know, when you use those words, in that, how is he able to evaluate what's no good and what's good? In other words, you have, you know, before you could make a decision like that to say, well, this one is good and this one is better, or whatever, which means you must have been exposed to quite a number of that kind, you know, so you could say, well, this one is looking good and this one is looking good. So if he is this type of person who is able to make a decision like that, it's suggesting to me that he looks at a lot of them, you know.
But somebody quite rightly commented that one thing could plant, but some other thing can't plant. So, so I don't know if that's the criteria.
Some could be a fruit.
Yes, well, for looking good and not looking good. I don't know.
Well, I'd rather have something that could plant that ain't looking good.
Yes.
Than to have something that's looking good.
We call it man papai.
Man papai. You know what is man papai? Watch, I had a man papai one time when I cried. But you being nothing growing.
Tell in the
They say cut the head. They say cut the head.
You know,
Wow.
guys. Yes.
Yeah.
A few months ago, a guy was saying to me how a certain man is gay. So I said to him, the man that's saying, instigating the man is gay, how much kids you have? You don't have. But the same man calling gay, I said, how much children you have children? You don't know how much you have children. So I said, who is gay? The man is more gay. The man who is instigating, saying the man is gay, the man is more gay than him.
Yeah, but to show.
You say I'm a stereotype in the man, and I said, well, who's gay? He ain't got children, he ain't got no seed. That corn, he ain't get corn. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But you know,
Another thing, Kim.
Yes, go ahead. Yeah.
One more thing, Miss Faith, the TV, forget that name. That name now for that lady's cost of living.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Cost of living.
Cost of
Every
living.
time I look on Facebook, there's a stuff. Cost of living.
All right.
It's only Grenada cost of living going up.
Okay.
It's ironic that I have no faith in Miss Faith.
It is indeed ironic.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, caller. All right. Well,
okay.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Dave.
I think you guys.
Gentlemen, before we move forward, let me just move over and say good morning to a friend of mine who is already, as a matter of fact, sitting in the waiting room, but he's back. He's now live with us. Junior George, are you there? Junior, good morning.
Yeah. Could you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you perfect. Yeah.
Nice. How you guys doing?
Okay, we're not doing bad at all. And what about you?
I'm just listening to the discussion. I'm just listening. I'm just interested. I know to say.
Well, it's Grenada, you know. Only in Grenada, we'd say. Only in Grenada.
you know, I didn't realize that we were that sophisticated that Junior could just ride along with us.
Yeah.
Right. I'm always on the ride. Kim, tell him my background technical support now.
Oh, come on, man. When you come to that, man, let me tell some Junior riding anyway.
Yeah, man. Very nice to have you, man. Was that talk?
Talk today. I did talk.
Okay.
There'll be more than talk taking place in Carriacou. You know, as a matter of fact, Junior is about to launch a service in Carriacou.
Oh yeah.
It's already been launched in Grenada, and I think it's needed so badly in Carriacou, and I think it's been getting some attention. Junior, you wanna just introduce us?
Yeah, absolutely. So you guys know I've been on, well, with a name like Ride Along, you have to figure out ways to ride along.
Mm-hmm.
Been on this journey to really revolutionize, change, well, not change, but upgrade the transportation sector. From time we launched the e-bikes and we came to Carriacou, we did tours in Carriacou. Shortly after that, we launched the tuk-tuk tours and, you know, all over the place. The next step the chronological step for us was to bring it all together So what we did was we created an app. It's called RideGo. And those of you, I know some of you guys are very familiar with like Uber when you travel to the US, the UK, and these places, and then you could just pick up your phone and press a car or press for a taxi or whatever, and the taxi will come and pick you up wherever you are, no matter if you're in your home, you're in a party, wherever, any time of the night, day, or evening, whatever, there always will be a taxi to pick you up. So it was a chronological step for us to create that app that rivals that of Lyft and Uber. And we finally, after working on this project, Kim, and I tell you for about 2.5, 3 years, we're finally able to put this together and launch it in Grenada last week, a week and a half ago. And let me tell you, Kim, I've never seen something grown so fast. I mean, it's just exponential growth. People on mainland have been using the service. I think that there have been situations where people, they had to, one particular incident, this lady was in Calivini, and she needed to get to Guav, and there were no buses running. There was no other transportation. She went on the app. She pinged. She got a car that took her from Calivini to Guav, and because her mother died. And in all instances like that, you would find situations where people are in dire need of transportation, but either the bus is not running or they can't find a friend to give them a ride. So that is what the void that we're feeling with this app. It's called RideGo. RideGo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I think that service is needed in Carrico because we here now, in many instances, want to move from point A to point B, and we just can't find anyone available because there's not much, of that information out there. So if we have an app and we have drivers who are part of the process, it's going to make it much easier. You could afford to go on Lime anywhere. And
not only anywhere, Kim, anytime too.
Anytime. I like the better.
Anytime. Yeah, and that's what it's all about. Because you see, the thing about transportation or nightlife or creating that night atmosphere, if people don't have confidence in the process, if they don't have confidence in going out and going to party and confidence that they would get back or find a way to get back, they'll stay home in most instances.
Yeah.
So it subdue the nightlife scene. Right? I ain't going. I'm going out far. I can't come back to walk home and all these different things. So there's little confidence. So our aim is to increase that confidence level. And since we launched, we have about 100 drivers on mainland Grenada that are currently in the system. So every time you need a ride is always about 5 minutes away from you. You could just go on there. A ride is always about 5 minutes away from you at all instances. Now, what we're doing right now is extending that service to Carrico. I got call from St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Aruba, Jamaica, Barbados, all the islands that wants to invest in this service. But my goal is to make sure that we canvass Grenada, Carrico first, and make sure that we providing that excellent service before we could even think about venturing out.
Mm-hmm.
So we have been promoting and asking drivers taxi men, and we're not coming to install any taxis in Carrico and say, okay, we want to do away with the drivers that's there. No, we want to work with the drivers that's already there. So if you're already a taxi driver in Carrico, all you have to do, you download the app, you upload your information, and basically what we will do is let customers access your service.
Okay.
So we're not coming and bringing cars there and then compete with the taxi or the operation that works there already. No, we're saying you might be sitting at the bus stand or the taxi stand for an extended period of time, and if there is someone that is 5 minutes away, you'll never know that person is 5 minutes away. If that person is in 2 blocks away, and they don't come to you in your taxi stand, you would never know that they're 2 minutes away. But with the app, they could just ping and you see their location, you see where they're going, and you just drive and pick them up. So we are providing that access to the drivers. So we're calling on the drivers who already run taxi. We want to give you a piece of that business. And customers in Carrico has already started to download this app. Customers in Carriacou, look at my numbers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's
And
nice.
people
We need it.
Yeah.
We need it. You know, like I say, you know, gone are the days when you have to make arrangements with a partner of yours and tell him what, pick me up such and such time, you know, and whatever. Those days are going over. You know? They're going past us now, you know.
Well, Leo know every Monday morning, Leo in New York.
Well, Junior, I must tell you how relieved I am, because for a minute I was thinking that Junior is trying to introduce driverless Uber to Carriacou. And because the way this thing is going just now, I mean, passenger aircrafts will be like drones. But I think I'm going to plane for a pilot.
I know.
Yes, I that heap. So, well, this sounds like a good service, Junior, and congrats.
Yeah. The driverless thing, let me tell you something, and that is something that in New York, Leo, I don't know how I mean, I know you hear all often. That is something that they're trying to introduce in New York, and they ain't even get past, I don't think they get past the final stage of it yet. So, driverless vehicle, I don't think that it's anytime soon in the near future on the islands.
Yeah, okay, yeah, man. But it's because it's plenty in rural US.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's slowly coming. But our thing, Kim, as I said, accessibility is the problem here. Accessibility. And if we could provide that accessibility for the customers and also for the drivers so they could connect, let them connect. If you have 50, say for instance, you have 50 drivers someplace in Hillsborough or around the area, and somebody in a neighboring area need to get to say to the port, or someone got up the port and they need a taxi to go to Hillsborough or wherever, they could just ping that. Or came in from the airport and they need a ride, they could just ping that person or ping a driver, and they are access to over 50 drivers at any and every given time. It adds to the reliability that we're speaking about, and that is our goal.
Well, I'm glad that you mentioned that, you know, the service is coming to Carriacou now. For people now, how do they get access to the app? How do they?
Right. So customers could just go to the App Store, whether it's Android or Apple. They could go to the App Store right now and type in Ride Go. Right? That's
RIDEGO.
RYDEGO. Right? Okay. And they just download that app, right? And the process is so simple. They put in their quick information and voila, that's it. It's very, very simple, right? There are no other requirement. You don't have to put in no documents or nothing like that. As a customer, all you have to do is just download the app, create an account. It takes you 2 minutes. As a driver, however, you download the Right Diamond app. That's the connective. So the drivers are the diamonds. So you download the Right Diamond, DYMOND, right? You download that app, and drivers now will have to upload the documents. They upload the driver's license, they upload the pictures of the vehicle, the front, the back, the side, and the insurance, because it's about public safety. So we have to ensure that at least you're insured, you have proper license. Because we do, in fact, do a background check to ensure that the proper license arrangements are met. And once you approve, you will get an email that you approve, and you're able to access rides. But you have to go through the process as drivers. You have to go through the process of submitting your documents, and then it's an approval process, and then we expose you to all of our numbers, all of our members. And Kim, you know, in 2 days, and that's from yesterday to today, not 2 days, 1.5 days, I should say, we were able to amount to over 450 new accounts. So we're up to like about probably 1,800 members, and that's in 2 weeks. So that numbers will grow exponentially. I mean, thanks to you and thanks to the platform, the Ride Along, folks pushing it as well. We're able to get so much people involved and so much people interested. And the people in Carriacou have been supporting, people calling and say, I have the app, I downloaded the app, I can't find a driver. And that is what we're trying to fix now. We're trying to get drivers in Carriacou to set up, to download the app, set up the document, let it get approved so they could access the customers.
Okay, tell me a little bit now about payment now.
Right, payment. So payment is done in 3 ways, right? One, we have the good old cash method, right? So you could actually pay your driver cash. Once okay, let me paint you a picture. You are in Hillsborough, and tell me where you would like to go, Kim.
I want to go to Harveyville.
Harveyville. So the app will automatically, let me see if I could open that and give you a little visual, automatically know where you are. So it will know that you're in Hillsborough, right at Kim's Plaza. Let me see if I could change my camera here to get a closer view on this. Right, so the app would automatically know your current location. And all you need to do then is put in your destination, right? So your destination, I'm opening this camera. Yeah, so your destination, you put in your destination, and the app calculates the time and the distance and the cost between your current location and the destination. It would automatically calculate that. I think I could go this one. No, okay, my other camera is not on. Sorry about that. So anyway,
yes,
you may not be able to see too well.
Mm.
So the app,
the
app calculates that distance and it gives you a cost, right? And your option is you could pay cash or you could pay with your credit card, right? Or we have something called the digital wallet, and we're rolling back in the digital wallet. So the cash method is good old cash. You know the total after the trip, you pay the driver cash. The other method is if you have a debit or credit card and that's on file, that amount get deposited straight from your bank account, from your debit card account, the total cost of the trip.
Mm-hmm.
For digital wallet, and that's something brand new that we're introducing, you could go into a place like King's Plaza, and we intend to work with King's Plaza for that purpose. People could top up their account. So you may not have a credit card, but you want to physically put money on that account so that you could get a ride whenever you get it. You walk in King's Plaza, just like you tap up your phone, you put money on your phone, you could tap up your account. So give you $100 and you transfer that $100 to your ride account. So that money is in your digital wallet. And then you could use that digital wallet to request trips. Those are the payments from the customer end. As it relates to the drivers, every driver see the total earnings. So after the trip is finished, their account would reflect how much the job pays, how much is owed to them, how much is paid to them. And every driver get paid on a Friday. Or they could request, do a cash out request at any time on the money. So if they work this evening and they want to get paid right away, they could do a cash out request and will cash out that amount into their account right away. But on regular, all drivers are paid on a Friday based on the cash or based on the credit card requests, and the cash that you have will settle everything on a Friday.
Oh, well, that's pretty easy.
Junior,
yeah,
I'm a little bit concerned about the cash payment because I think in the case of Uber, once you get into a car, the money is already taken out from your credit card.
Right. So interestingly enough, and that is true. Interestingly enough, Uber is moving to an arrangement where they also accept in cash in certain areas between certain time. They just started that right? I extended the document on that. But let me tell you the reason why cash is important, at least at this point in time. The penetration of credit card on the island, if we move to a strict credit card processing system, there might be a lot of people who may need the service but may not have credit card to access the service. And if we're talking about accessibility, we have to talk about people who don't have credit card. So what we're saying that if you don't have credit card, then you just cannot get a ride, even if you're in a case of emergency. So that's why we live cash here at the moment. It will be phased out over time because we believe that digital wallet is the way to go. Digital wallet and putting that cash into a digital wallet onto your app, it is a faster process, it's an easier process to manage. You could go into Kim's Plaza and just like how you say, okay, put $20 on my phone, on my Digicel or Flow or whatever, you could put that $20 in your digital wallet. So the cash is a way to keep the accommodation of everyone, the general public, the general audience, because we do understand that credit card is not a full 100% penetration on the island, and we don't want to limit people from accessing the service.
It's nice to be accommodating, but I'm again still concerned about what we call bad pay people. They might have cash before they ride, but when the ride finishes, they broke. So
we'll settle that.
They owe you.
We will see.
And it's a legitimate. It's a very, very legitimate concern. But as it is right now, Leo, drivers do take cash. As it is right now, as the system is right now, a taxi man, if you take a taxi from anywhere, you have to pay them cash.
Yeah.
And on a small island like where we are right now,
everybody know everybody. Good. Okay.
You know what I mean? So, there's that trust level. Like I went to Canada the other day, and funny enough, you pump the gas before you pay. I said you can't do that in New York. They could never do that in New York. Just a different
what pump gas?
But in Canada, when you go to Canada, you pump your gas and then you walk in and you pay, and people walk in and pay, right? But it's just the difference in how things are structured in different places. So we don't have a real problem, and we haven't had any problems thus far. We did a high peak test during the carnival season in Grenada. We didn't have any issues. But again, it's very easy to rule out cash and say we're not accepting cash. But we're very, very, very concerned about the people who may need to access the service that may not have credit card, that we would be taken out of the system. And I think that's important to maintain cash and build the awareness for digital wallet. Build the awareness for people transferring funds into a digital wallet space where you could access that from the app. We could work with Kim's Plaza. We could work with other supermarkets and stores. Even the telecommunication companies, you go in there, you could put money onto your ride account, just like how you put money onto your phone, so you could access a ride.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very interesting, though. Very, very interesting. I think the service is needed here in Carriacou, and you're going to see how well people are going to adapt to it, especially when you have
getting so much emails from people. I tell in Carriacou, they're saying we have the app. They have the app, Kim.
Yeah.
People in Carriacou have the app, but when they make a request, they get in a car in Granada.
Okay, well, you need cars with pontoons.
No, with the chopper. It's important that we maintain that is Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. We have to figure this out. We have to get drivers in Carriacou to fulfill the requests for passengers need the service on the island.
Right. Well, that's good. So once you get the drivers involved, and the people already have the app and they want the service there, you start working right away. No problem at all.
Absolutely. You just think about it. You could fly. You could jump on a plane in Maurice Bishop, and then you fly into Carriacou. And when you get on the airport, you would need a taxi. You just ping. You could probably be in the air by the time you land.
Taxi there.
For you. Waiting for you, right? It's pre-scheduled. Even if there are also pre-scheduled where you could book a ride 5 days in advance. All of those stuff are built into the app already. But it's really exciting, Kim, and my whole thing when this type of thing really excites me, and I'm pushing 100% to ensure that we have full penetration on the island. Make sure that everybody knows about it, and we have some other additional modules that we add in to assist with the buses. We working. Well, I'll tell you more about that once it launched. But we have a lot more modules to assist the transportation sector in Grenada from a private sector perspective.
Okay. Well, that sounds good. Really, really good. I'm excited about that coming to Carriacou, and I think the service is needed, and you're going to find a lot of people wanting the service as well too, and it's going to grow from leaps and bounds, as you sometimes say.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anything. Anything positive is welcome.
Yeah.
Any addition, any positive addition is welcome. Don't come like the past Prime Minister and instead of adding something substantive to Carriacou, you remove my port.
I watched for the whole month I ain't talking politics, eh?
It's not you. It's not you. You didn't say anything.
And finally, on a little bit of a laughing note, tips permitted, you know?
Absolutely. You tip your driver, and 100% of the tip goes towards the driver. We don't tax it. We don't nothing. You tip the driver X amount, the driver get 100%.
Free and clear.
Free and clear. Don't touch it. You don't touch it. You don't touch it at all.
Junior, it's always a pleasure speaking with you. Tell you, you have done so much, in Carriacou in particular.
In the state.
Yeah, in the state, but in Carriacou in particular, you never left Carriacou behind. And we really appreciate that, So you bring the service to Carriacou. Now we're going to applaud it and we're going to support it as much as possible, okay?
Yeah. Thank you.
And I'm one of those who's on board before you even started.
I said is my biggest, one of my biggest supporter on the island.
Look at me.
Okay, Junior. But thank you so much again. Okay.
All right, man. Thanks again.
Okay.
Have a good day, buddy.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Let me try to take a call. The Vibes FM caller, you on? Caller, come in. Caller. Yes. Go ahead. Yes, morning. Yeah.
I hear Junior talking about the initiative for Carriacou, which is good, but something I don't hear Junior say about the prices. Now you're launching that program in Carriacou. You already have people working with the price. Now, how that will affect the traveling public? Would the price cut? Would their service they offering, or would it increase? Because he's saying that the drivers will be paid based on the earnings, based on the cost of the trip. So I don't know, Junior, cross that bridge. I think we need to cross that bridge till that time. And another thing, another thing is this goodly lady had from Carriacou today that come and give a report on what taking place in Carriacou. I wonder and I asked myself, I don't know if all you know of another Carriacou they're talking about. Because if we give Carriacou, clearly say nothing going on in Carriacou. Anything in Carriacou. So how come this lady could come and say, oh, that's going in Carriacou?
So, yeah, you're right. In other words, they're talking about a different Carriacou. Okay. But it's one Carriacou. Eh? Okay. Juna is still on the line. So, Juna, let me ask you to quickly answer the question.
Yeah. It kind of went muffled in my phone. If you could just,
what you were saying, you were talking about the prices. They already have some established prices in Carriacou, and you don't know if it's going to coincide with what this app would be saying. So how does that go?
Right. So the app is charged based on time and distance, right? And we will work, and we are just like we did on mainland. We understand how the prices are set, and in a lot of ways, the prices are set in a disadvantaged way to the drivers. This is going to make even more sense to the drivers and the passengers, because in many instances, they may give you a price, but you might say, how you arrive at that price, right? It might be a price that didn't take into consideration a lot of different factors. But what the app does is it calculates a real-time time and distance, which is miles and time from the destination, from your location to the destination. So it will make sense to the passenger and the driver. There might be a ride that you could take that may be $20, $25, because it may be a smaller car, because we have the Ride S, right, which is the smaller car. It's more economical in terms of cost as well. But you might say, you know what? Me and 6 friends, we're going out to a little club. We want to get a luxury vehicle. The price that you may pay for a luxury vehicle for that same distance would be different. But that's your option. So you have an option to choose. Plus, there are many other cost-cutting measures we have for the customer. We have what is called Ride Pool, where you could pool. You have a group of friends that's coming along. You could pool, and then you may be in Harvey Vale, and the ride is passing through Harvey Vale with 2 other customers. Just like how Uber does it. You could join that pool, and you might end up paying just $6 or $5 because it's a pool. It's a collection of the total cost. So there are a lot of price cutting measures for customers, that will benefit customers and drivers.
Okay. Right. Well, I think that explains it very well there. I'm glad that you were still there so you could answer that part of the question the person was trying to find out. Okay. Well,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And if there are questions for drivers in particular, I know it's a new thing and people get apprehensive when there's a new thing or they have questions. I'm always available to answer your questions. You could call me directly. Give my number here on WhatsApp. You could call the 718 number, the 718-701-5720. You could find me on WhatsApp. And I will more than happy to explain it. I'm going to be back on the island again, like in about a week or so. I'm going to be on Carriacou. I'll take all the questions from the drivers. And you basically is an option. You don't have to stay online. You could go offline whenever you want. You could go online whenever you want. There's no mandatory saying that you have to be online all the time. It's up to you. You may have some private things to do. Go offline. You don't have to. So all of those options are tied into the app. But I'm more than happy to take all the questions that drivers or anyone may have in regards to the new app.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Well, thank you so much. And whenever you are in Carriacou, well, you know what to do.
All of it. All right. See you guys.
Okay. Take care,
All right,
man.
then.
Okay. All the best. Okay. Bye-bye now. Very interesting there. Gentlemen. Very interesting that we're going to get a service like that in Carriacou.
More the merrier.
Yeah, because we need it. You see, we're in a situation now where we're growing. Carriacou is needing more and more. And then you're going to find quite a number of people visiting Carriacou and being able to access a service of the nature. It's a big plus.
I see you seem very happy that we're getting this new service. I understand your friend will be visiting shortly. Is that that's why you're so happy?
Well, my friend's supposed to be, but he'd been trying to come, But every time he make an appointment to come, something happen and they have to cancel. But I understand he might be here this Saturday. But he didn't tell me. But I heard it to the grapevine. My friend, yes.
So Leo, why say is his friend?
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's now saying he doesn't know, he isn't aware.
Well,
so how will you get that information?
Sometimes
and his friend isn't aware.
Sometimes friends trying to surprise you.
Could be because I can't say my friend because right now I understand that I'm persona non grata as far as fella is concerned.
I promise to make available a seat for you in front row.
Well,
front row.
Tell you what, I was told that I'm not welcome, but so I say I have to.
No, you can't.
I have to call Blackadan to say.
It's a blessing.
When they think that they're doing you wrong, it's a blessing. Yes, don't worry that.
Bibi is in the house. Bibi, because we have another maybe 10-15 minutes to go in the program, okay? So quickly, let me just get over. You turn on your microphone so you could say hi. Your headset, your phones. Hello.
Hello.
Just turn it around properly. Yeah.
The inside.
The inside part of it.
There you go.
Okay. All right. Okay. Bibi, yeah. I have Mr. Collins outside there too. Yeah. He's supposed to be coming. Yes. Go right.
Good morning. Good morning to the people of Greater Carriacou and Peter Martinique and out there in the diaspora. Good morning. Well, I must first give thanks to you, Mr. Kim the King, for announcing the death, the burial of my mother-in-law over in Union Island. And I will also give little thanks to Cousin Leo here, who was supplying us with some music with the little third night we have at my home. And give thanks to all the people that stand up with us for the couple of days in Union Island because we're up there for nearly 8 days. I came back yesterday. But what really amazed me, and I say I have to come on the radio station today, Senator Nolan Cox says he ain't seen not much during Carriacou. Well, I don't know much about the people in Martinique because when they went there only for campaign time. For what I see going on in Carriacou, Carriacou is miles away from Union Island. And the people of Union Island saying they wish Union Island was a part of Carriacou, Greater and Peter Martinique. Because the amount of housing repair and free housing people get in Carriacou and Peter Martinique, I ain't see that happening in Union. There are a lot of houses still need to repair, a lot of houses on the ground, a lot of people need help. And if Nolan Cox says he cannot see what happened in Carriacou and he have a pharmacy, well, get some Visine and Upchecks and thing and clean his eyes.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we're doing well, and there's plenty more things to happen on the island of Carriacou and Peter Matnick.
Right.
This morning I was on Facebook, and I realized a big development coming to St. George's Harbor. They will be developing the port, and there will be a big transformation of like a transshipment port with containers and etc. from Grenada to the other part of the Caribbean. So I don't know if these people are them blind, or I don't know if they need some eye surgery, because they keep saying nothing happening, but a lot of things happening.
Well, we know that for sure, but the people who say nothing happening, they're doing that on the negative side, because we know that Carriacou has been moving forward at a pace that's unbelievable. I mean, what has transpired since the passing of Beryl and at where we are now? I mean, it's like it's like a rapid pace. So there's no truth to that saying. That's what he's speaking about.
Yeah, well then I still have to give a next thanks to Mr. Henry Steele for marking the cross that I made to carry up to put on the grave. But going back to the political agenda in Grenada, Carriacou, and Peter Matnick, the Honorable Dr. Keith Mitchell put Eminent Pierre like the showcase, but he's the goods in the storeroom. So if you want to get the goods, you have to go to the showcase, see what the showcase have advertising, and then go to the storeroom to collect the goods. So he in the back, but he's still looking at the front. So I still think he's still running things.
Well, everybody knows that anyway. So that's a loud secret, as they always say. That's a loud secret. I mean, he's running things, but beside the point, they have not been able to make any headway or no real impact into whatever they're trying to do. So it's not working. It's definitely not working. But anyway, we're going to leave that side of it there. I want to get to Mr. Collins now, because I know he's here for a reason, and to give us some information at what will be taking place this weekend. So, Mr. Collins, the floor is yours. Good afternoon. Welcome to the program. The floor is yours.
Good morning still, actually. I'm 4 minutes to 12, right?
Right.
Yeah, thank you for facilitating me in your most listened to program. So I just thought it is important to make a quick pass to remind our customers. I know that the news has spread as wildfire, as we say, regarding the planned outage at the plant on Sunday.
Right.
And when we say planned outage at the plant, it means that the entire island will be out of electricity. So we just want to use the opportunity to remind customers, those who have not gotten the opportunity to listen to the radio, to listen, who don't have Facebook or whatever it is, to remind customers, to inform customers of that planned outage on Sunday, 14th September 2025. The planned outage is scheduled to begin at 6 a.m. and to restore at 6 p.m. If everything goes equal, there may be opportunity to come back relatively earlier, but we want to make sure we give a window to ensure that all things are done properly and safely. And hence the reason why we have that 12-hour window. What the outage, the reason for the outage, as you may know, 2023 April, we had a fire at the plant and it damaged 2 of our generating sets. We had 2 640 kilowatts common set unit there, and it was pretty much damaged beyond repair. And so the company made a decision to replace those units with 2 larger units. So what it means that we may bolstering our capacity, our generation capacity, and preparing for the imminent growth that may come after the burial and everybody gets settled back in. So we've been in a better position pre-burial, pre the fire. At the end of the commission of these 2 units, we'll be having that over 4.2 megawatts of power power at the plant. So it means, Kim, we are not ready for a small sandals or a small some small hotel somewhere. Okay, so we are making preparation for that, so we doesn't have to go and procure new sets again.
Right.
So we are preparing for those unexpected requests for development, and so we are encouraging customers to bear that in mind. We said it's an opportunity to have a family day, go to the beach and enjoy yourself, cook food and all of that. I've gone to the islands of Carriacou, haven't been before, and the time you return back home, you should have your power. So in some sense, you're not really missing anything. And we are hoping that the customers finally use the opportunity to just go out and have a good time. We also want to caution customers that during the commissioning stage, we may have interruptions, we may have feed outages, or we may have island-wide outages. It's not something that may be planned, but when you're trying to integrate these 2 new engines with the other 2 that we have in the plant, things can go wrong, okay? And so we want to remind customers that if during that week of the 15th to the 19th that you are losing power intermittently, it is because we are aware of it. We're encouraging customers to use surge protectors on their appliances to mitigate the damages that can occur during those sharp outages, if at all those outages do occur. But on the avoidance of caution, in the abundance of caution, we want to inform customers that there may be slight interruptions during the testing stages of the 2 units, and ensuring that the 2 units can synchronize with the other 2 that are there and all of that. So there are a number of, like, I communicating you, Kim, we have to make sure that I'm hearing you, you hearing me. So we have to make sure that that communication is going between all the 4 generators that we have at the plant, so at least we can have a seamless operations. It means that we will have a lot more flexibility in the plant. We may have to, when we have to service units, there is no need to take off power, for maintenances, for overhauls. All of that infrastructure that we are building now is to ensure that we have a continuous supply of reliable supply of electricity to our customers.
So this will be like a major upgrade.
Absolutely, it's a major upgrade. Yes, we're going to have two large units along with
what we
have now. Yes.
Wow, that sounds very interesting.
Yes.
But I'm interestingly, I'm hearing him saying what has been done now is been done in anticipation.
Yeah, futuristic.
So as he pointed out, when Sanders decided to have a plant in Kikaku here, they wouldn't have a problem for
generation.
Yeah. And I think that's future thinking. I guess it just called Sandals, but of course
anyone. Prepare for any.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Yes, it can be some industry, something come in. Just making sure that we prepare for them.
Yeah, and it would have been sad when those opportunities present itself for us here in Kikaku to develop ourselves.
We're not ready.
We say no, hold on. We can feed you under that. That kind.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, apart from what the fire did and we doing it over and making sure everything's all right, I'm also seeing in that a future planning process that I really appreciate, because we can't wait until things happen. And we keep saying things are going to happen.
Yes.
Things are going to happen, but we don't want to. When it happens, we say we ain't ready yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think this is a positive move, and I want to commend. We look for that kind of thing.
Well, I'm glad that you took the time out again to let our listeners know and those who are concerned, because it's so important for people to know before,
correct,
than to be caught by surprise.
Yes. Well, I think the social media is crazy. So many persons is aware of it. If I speak to you, are you aware of it? Yes, I saw it on Facebook. Yes, I saw it. Yeah. I heard it on the radio. So it means that we are happy that people are getting the message, but it was something we make sure that at least if you can get 100% of our customers informed of the outage prior, then we think that we have done justice to the outage. So we want to ask them for the tolerance, the patience during that during Sunday, and we hope that, as I said, that we can get back the power within the quickest possible time.
What has happened over the years, over time,
Yes.
Grand Lake has always come on before. They always leave a window there, but they never use the window.
Absolutely.
I hope they never have to use it.
I hope so. I hope so as well, yeah. So we want to make sure that, we give ourselves sufficient time, and at the same time, try to get back the power as quickly as possible to our customers. So, and again, I said, just in case that there's intermittent outages during this next week, bear in mind that we are aware that what is happening, because we're just trying to make sure the configurations and the each of the engines are signatures, as we say. So it means we can just actually just press a button and the engine comes on. So
Okay,
yeah,
that's nice. I'm glad you mentioned too that in the upcoming week, they'll be still in the testing stage, you know, to synchronize engines to make sure that everything is okay. So we might have maybe just a maybe,
have a
maybe
little
bit of an outage.
We don't want to have any, but just maybe, just in
if
case.
It happens, we don't need to worry.
Correct. We don't need to worry. Yeah, we'll take care of that.
Oh, Mr. Collins, you could not have done a better job, you know, in trying to explain that to our listeners out there. You know? So we thank you for coming on here today and getting the word out, and then realize that you have used every possible platform. To get the word out there.
Yes, last week I gave it to all the churches, so they were announcing churches something last week. So the congregation, pretty much most of the people are aware. All the schools got it, so there are different group chats they sent to the different classes. It's we try our best to make sure we maximize all the mediums available to ensure that at least
speaking about that,
95% of the customers are aware.
I happened to send a notice to a couple of friends of mine. One responded and said, "That is old
news." Yes.
That's old news. I said, what?
Yes.
We're very much out there.
And we didn't want to send it before the Sunday because next thing people think is this is Sunday and then look at the dates, you know?
Right. Yeah.
So we want to make sure Sunday part because we also had a planned outage in Pitimatic last week Saturday.
Yeah.
So we didn't want to confuse sending both of them at the same time. So now that we have PM cleared out, this week is for Carriacou.
Talking about PM, you say it cleared out? I mean, everything went
everything went well. Yeah, everything went well. The outage was between the shed time.
5 and 6.
5 and 6. Yeah, that went well.
Morning,
Yeah.
Okay, well, Mr. Collins, again, thank you so much. You know, and I hope that everything works out smooth as planned.
Sure.
And because it's in our interest as well, too.
Absolutely. Yes. So get the generators running, get the diesel, the gasoline ready for those of us who have our luxurious standby generators.
The ones you say.
Not me.
What you say? You said the ones.
Yeah. I'll try to steady the plant so at least I can get some wind, some breeze there.
I like that. Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Collins, thank you once again.
Thank you. Thanks again. Thanks for having me. Yes. Bye-bye.
All the best, man.
All right. Yes, good. And okay. So as Mr. Collins makes his way, it's been very interesting morning.
Yes. A
lot of information.
This morning is not a morning that we should have denied our listeners.
Okay, man. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Denied our listeners 1 hour or hour or two, because as you have just said, I'm responding to the point that it was an interesting morning, and we shared a lot of information.
Yeah.
So I'm saying this morning should not be one of those mornings. But however, it is like Gwenlek. Okay. It is in the interest of improving our services and our reach.
Okay, let me just take the final call because we are just about ready to wrap up the program. Vibes FM, landline, come in.
Morning, team.
Yes.
How are you?
Okay, not bad at all. Yes, okay.
Yeah, well, I listened to your program there and I realized it coming to the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You think that fella they can't keep Michelle her good head? That fella don't have no good head, you know.
Well, I mean, it's been talked about, eh? It's been talked about.
But you don't like Emlyn, so you see what he do in the meeting there on Tuesday when they had that thing there?
Yeah.
He's chasing all the votes from the woman because he knows he can win again neither. So he don't want her easy to be successful.
Okay.
You know the old dirty things that he's saying and upset her.
Well.
And making the people run away from her.
Mm-hmm.
You think that what he do there create any votes for NNP?
Oh no, definitely no. People have been turned off because of that. Yeah.
You don't understand. He's chasing votes, so he don't like new man.
Oh boy.
He is a worthless fella.
Okay.
Why don't like nobody?
Yeah.
And if she can muscle him, it don't make sense. You're going to rule.
Okay.
You don't understand?
I got it. I got your point. I get the point you're trying
Remember, he take a privilege that time and say he is the Minister of Youth. Did he make any progress with that? The children running away from him.
Oh yeah, he was the Minister of Youth.
Minister of Youth, yes.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
children running away from him. It's children don't want to see.
Okay, caller.
Well, anyhow, you take it easy.
All right,
and
thank
let Emily make yourself stupid with it.
All right. Okay. Koi,
Yes.
wrapping up.
Yes, that is what it is. Well, as we already noted, that today was as I've said a while ago, that I think so many things came out this morning that I feel that we should have gone towards the full time. But however, I do appreciate the fact that there was some constructive ideas, recommendation. I think the introduction by Junior to Ride Go in Carriacou is welcome, and it's something that we should embrace as part of the development. We going forward. We have ideas and things are happening. So I just hope and I look forward to all of us here in Carriacou just embracing the opportunities that come along, because we are going forward, upward and onward in the recovery process and all the things related to the development of Carriacou and Petit Martinique.
The views expressed on this program are those of the host and guests and not the views of this radio station.
And that will just wrap up our program for today right here on Vibes FM. We want to thank you so much for participating. Those of you who called, those of you who listened, got a number of you participated in the program. We really do appreciate it. And a little bit unapologetic. Apologize for the short version. So that's because of circumstances beyond my control. And hopefully very soon we're going to get back into normal 4 hours, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So until then, I'm your humble servant, yours truly, Kim the King. It's always a pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your day.